One. Hey, everybody, welcome to That's Good Stuff, the show where we review pop culture's newest releases. And this week, the newest release that we saw was Takopi's Original Sin.
I've
However you want
been
to say
I've
it.
been screaming out Taco P all day or all weekend.
Takopi. So, yeah, this is definitely one a lot of people are talking about. I see online, like, best anime of the year. It's like Attack on Titan of the new generation or something like
Well,
that.
that's a weird
That's
comparison.
weird.
Yeah. Most depressing anime I've ever seen. So lots of opinions about it, but we're gonna give our 2 cents and only 2 cents. So Takabe's Original Sin, originally a web manga series by Taizen number 5. That's the writer's name.
One Punch was
That's some
named
dark
One
web
when he first
messiness.
started.
It was one. That's fun.
And then the anime is from a studio called Inishia, which doesn't even have a Wikipedia page, so I guess they're new. Never heard of them. The anime is only 6 episodes long. And before we even jump in, we should give you the warning because there is a warning in front of Crunchyroll. I don't know what you watched it on, but yeah, it deals with some heavy topics like self harm and child abuse. So be warned.
And octopus abuse.
And octopus, lots of octopus abuse. So yeah, so 6 episodes. The first one is called To You in 2016. I kind of lost the date, so I know there was a 2016, and then they jump
There's a
around.
2021, wasn't there?
I know there's 2022 was the only other one I
Yeah.
caught.
2022, okay.
Which I was very
Okay.
confused because they didn't look any different. And I saw the date, but I didn't realize that 2016 was the original one. I missed that part. So I was like, what? Anyway, we can get to it.
At first, they look like they just changed clothes.
Yeah, I was like, what sort of multiverse crap are we doing right now?
So I'm going to say all the names wrong, but Takopi is probably the easiest one. He's an octopus, and he's from outer space. He's from the planet. The planet Happy, right? And they're Happians.
Happians.
They're a bunch of Happians. So they're kind of like what's his name, Jared? The cat I'm thinking of, the robotic cat. Goromon? Doroma.
Yeah.
He's kind of like that because he's got like these happy gadgets, and his whole mission is
I could not think of that name.
Okay, yeah. And he's got happy gadgets, and his whole mission is to make an Earthling happy. So he comes to Earth. If you watch the opening, he gets like shot down, and he's got to like parachute to Earth, and like people were after him, and he's hiding in this pipe, and some girl finds him. Her name is Shizuka.
Sure.
We watched this dub, so
yeah, or subbed, but
I was kind of subbed. I mean, yeah. So I was kind of reading everyone's name. So she right off the bat, you can tell something's a little off with her because she's not happy at all. And Takopi, gets right to she gives him some leftover bread from her lunch, and he's like, well, thank you. That was very nice. So I'm gonna repay you with some nice gadgets, and look at this one, I can fly. And she's not too interested in it. You think kids would be like, oh yeah, I can fly. But she's not too interested. We can see that she's like withdrawn. She's not, excited to see this octopus. She's a little curious about him. So he tries to befriend her. I'm trying to think about how much the first episode gets into it, because there's a couple days, right, where he goes.
7 days.
Does he go to
right?
school with her on the first day?
I don't.
7 days he's with her,
because they do the first 7 days when the event happens, but I don't think he goes to school with her until the next round.
Right away. Oh yeah, because he offers her on one day. She's coming, and she's like, "I can't," because she usually, plays with him after school. But on one day, she's like, "I can't," and I gotta go home. So he goes home, and then the morning, she's like all beat up, and he's like, "Oh, did you guys have a fight with your best friend or something like that?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll give you this ribbon. It's a
Oh yeah, because
reconciliation."
she says I have to go. It's my turn to feed. What's his
Yeah,
face?
Chappie.
Chappie.
Gotta feed Chappie. Chappie's her dog. She loves her dog, Chappie. He attacks her when she gets home, and it's a happy dog. Um, and I think before the event, she says that Chappie's the one thing that if she has by her side, everything will be okay. So in the one morning, she comes, she's beat up, and she has Chappie's collar, and that's all Takopi kind of knows. And he's like, "Yeah," because he's like, "Did you have a fight with your best friend or something like that?" And she's like, "If you could call it a fight." Um, and he's like, "Here, I'll give you this ribbon. It's like a reconciliation ribbon, and you guys tie it around you, and you guys will be friends again." And she's like, "Thanks, I will take that ribbon." Um, and she's like a little happy about it. It's kind of creepy. And she takes it home, and then so spoilers, we're getting our. I mean, this show moves fast. Spoilers. Takopi gets to the house in the afternoon, and he finds that Shizuka has,
Shizuka-chan,
yeah,
because he calls everyone Chan.
Chan, calls everyone P.
That's just
she,
his sentence enhancer. It's like
so
a period.
he gets there and he finds out that she has done herself in with the ribbon, I will say. And she's, she's hanging from the ribbon. And that's like the first shock of the episode. You're like, whoa.
I thought that's
What?
where it would end, but it keeps going ever to that.
Yeah. You're like, okay, so this series is a little dark. I will say going into it, I did like the animation. I don't know what you guys
Yeah,
thought about the animation. Good. Um and
pretty
it's got the
consistent too. Like it has a couple moments where they use like 3D in a couple episodes, but it was very rarely like changed in quality.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a different kind of media they use for like a place they show, and it was really cool.
Okay, so yeah, that's kind of the middle of the episode. In During his playtime with her before she had done that, he had used this toy. It's a camera, and she's like, "What's so great about a camera?" And he's like, "Well, this one, you get some film right out
They're
of
not
it."
toys, Joseph. They're gadgets. Happy gadgets.
Happy gadgets. And he's like, "Well, this camera, you can get the film out." And she's like, "I know what a Polaroid is." No, she's like, but it actually, when you use the camera, it saves your place in time. So if you put the picture back in and rewind it, you can go back to the time where the picture was taken. So it kind of turns into Groundhog Day
Mhm.
for this first episode. And Taco P goes back in time, and he's trying to figure out, because Taco P is not that bright. He's like a baby. Uh, so he's not the brightest guy. So he's trying to figure out like what he did wrong, because he's like, "Whoops, I kind of failed my mission." Uh, so the rest of the episode, I'm trying to remember where it ends, but he goes to like school and he tries to figure out what's wrong. He learns that she had a friend named Marina. It looks like Marina, but he calls her like Marina Chan. Um, and she's bullying her. And we find out why she's bullying her. It's because um, Shizuka Chan's mom is an escort, and Marina's dad uses her services. And so he comes like home late to the family dinner and stuff like that. And he kind of likes her better than the mom. And we find out, so Marina and the mom has this thing where she goes, "You'll be on my side, right?" And she's always telling her the daughter that, so she kind of bullies um the girl because she's taking out her parents dissolving marriage out on her, because she believes it's all her fault. And where does this one go in? I think it just ends where he learns that, right?
Yeah, I think he's like, I'll make them friends again, and then you'll smile bigger than ever, or whatever. And then
Yeah.
because that's the whole
So
goal is make her smile.
I thought the first 3 episodes went really fast. But what did you like think? What was your first impression when you saw that first episode? Did you watch all these together? Because I did. I watched the whole thing.
I think I watched 3 and then 3, so I watched it in 2 parts.
So, what did you guys think of the very first episode? Because you're kind of expecting something, right?
Yeah, because I had heard beforehand of like, oh, this is super sad, super everything. So like, you immediately, okay, this person's gonna be very down in the dumps and not okay with life and everything like that. And I feel like I was I was interested when we got to the point where it was like, oh, this is gonna be a Groundhog Day situation. Then
Mhm.
that doesn't pan out, and I was kind of excited for that, but then it didn't happen. I was like, oh darn. So I don't know. It's just kind of left a lot of questions in the air of like, what on earth are we planning to do with this show? Because it sets up a very basic premise here that it doesn't follow. We'll put that way. So I feel like it was a misleading first episode, but I enjoyed it.
How much did you know, Jared, about the show going in?
All I knew is that it was the most depressing anime ever because that's what Instagram told me. So I was like, I'll put it on my list. I
Instagram
need to
never
watch that.
lies.
Um, I'll give my opinion when we get to episode 3
Okay.
because I think it will differ from you guys'
You want
a
to do the
bit.
first 3 episodes? Okay. Second episode, Takopi's Salvation. This one deals with
Oh, and
Takopi.
I was looking up. Sorry, I was looking up the studio. They've done like 10 things.
Anything we know?
No, I've
Okay.
never
No.
seen those things in my life.
I've never
What
seen those
are
damn
these?
So Takopi's Salvation episode 2. This one deals with Takopi learning about Chappie. So we find out why Shizuka did what she did. It was because, like we said, Chappie's really important to her. And we found out that one day Marina like followed her. I think they see each other at night, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she sees her because she took Chappie for a walk, and she starts bullying Shizuka, and Chappie gets angry and bites her. And so the authorities come and they take Chappie away, and that's kind of what pushes Shizuka over the end. So Togepi uses his time to try to change this event. Um, in the first episode, it was kind of funny the way he kind of tried to change things. He would like give her the answers
Mhm.
to questions on the test, and then he would like eat all her lunch because they made fun of her for not eating her lunch. Um, does he get beaten up by? Yeah, because he changes into her right
Not
at one.
yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
This is, and he like saves her backpack because she threw it on the roof.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just
Oh,
doing
and
like
her
that.
notebook.
Mhm.
Although they don't ever explain the fact that in the beginning he's on the run because everyone thinks he's a wild animal, and then just no one ever sees him again. He's just a little flower in her hair. I'm like,
Yeah.
where did this incognito mode come from, and why didn't you use it to not get abducted?
Well, it was a tool, right?
It was a gadget. It was
a
the
gadget.
Was it?
flower pen.
I guess she had to use it for it to work, or he couldn't just use it
Weird.
himself.
Yeah, because most of the gadgets don't work on the humans
Yeah.
or very well.
Okay, so episode 2, like I said, he goes back and he tries to save Chappie from getting taken away, but everything fails because it turns out Marina was like stalking her and like trying to figure out where she was every night. So every time he'd be like, "Hey, let's take this route. Let's take this route," and every time poor old Chappie would get taken. Um,
It's like she's looking for us, and then you find out she is looking for.
so this one, they go out to the forest one time. Am I getting too ahead, or is there anything?
I don't remember too that well.
Yeah. So at one point, Marina takes
Oh,
Suzuka out.
they introduced the boy into.
Oh yeah, his name is Azuma. Azuma, I think they call him.
Kazuma, yeah.
And he's the class president, and he seems like he wants to help Shizuka at these early episodes. And he's like, "Hey, if you ever need to talk, you can talk to me. I'm the class president. No, no violence in my class."
It's
But she
not a
never
very
wants to
good class
talk to him.
president.
Yeah, she just kind of leaves and ignores him. Um, so at one point, Marina takes Shizuka out to the forest, and Takopi's like, "Oh, okay, this is good." She's gonna apologize or whatever, but instead she just starts beating the crap out of her and tells her like, Chappie's dead, because Shizuka just thinks they took Chappie to her dad's place in Tokyo. That's what her mom tells her, because her mom picked her up at the I don't know if she was at the hospital or the vet. I don't remember. But wherever the police took her, and she told, "Oh, we took Chappie to your dad's, and he's gonna live there for a while." So she thinks he's alive. Marina's like, "No, that dog's dead, man. When the dog bites a kid, they just automatically put him under." Um, and then Takopi is like, he's watching this. I don't remember why he does it, but he uses the camera, and he like hits
He
Marina in
ha-
the head.
he has like an inner monologue where he's scared to move, but he wants to save her more.
Well, because also
And
we
Yeah,
so
we missed a bit earlier where
yeah,
she has that out. She calls the main chick to come out. The blonde haired chick calls dark haired chick to come out to the alleyway or whatever they say, like by
yeah.
the thing. And
storage room.
but she's too scared to go, and she's hiding in the bathroom. So then Takopi takes her form
Turns
with one of the gadgets and then goes and gets beaten up because she's like, "Oh,
it,
I'll fix everything," little, or I'll fix everything. Goes out and gets smacked in the face and poked and prodded and like hit
yeah,
with a pen or something like that. I was like, "Gosh!"
yeah.
But
She's like stabs him with the
so
pen,
she like
and
PTSD kicks in the forest, something like that.
he's terrified of her
Yeah,
whenever
that
she's
was a good
around.
scene because she slaps him and he's like, the heck? Because he's a happy guy. He's never
Yeah.
felt a slap, and he's like,
Yeah,
you guys are rough. And then she keeps doing it, and he's like, I am terrified.
you guys are rough. Yeah, so he's very terrified of her. So when he's in the forest, he's scared, but he's like, "Oh, I gotta overcome my fear," or something like that. And he's got the camera, and the way the show shows it, he's just like, it doesn't show him actually hit her,
Yeah.
but he just like goes like that. And then when we, cut back, she's on the ground, bloodied, and apparently she's dead. Um, and Taco P, he doesn't know what happened, but Shizuka's all, she's like, "Oh, this fixes everything. How many times have I wished that she was dead." So the
I believe
show's,
in magic.
yeah, I believe in magic now. Um, so yeah, the show takes a very dark turn there. Let's see where this one ends. Taco P, he's sad about actually doing it because he didn't want to do that either. He just wanted them to be friends. Um, am I on the
Here's a
right
good
one?
point to
Oh,
mention that he does have some memory loss. Like
Yeah.
when this first starts, he doesn't remember how he got there
oh,
and that he
really?
can't go back.
I
Yeah.
didn't catch that
Yeah,
because
because
he can't go back to the Happy Planet.
but he can't remember why.
Yeah, okay.
They got banished, but for some reason I can't remember why or something like that.
And then I think it just pretty much ends there
Do
because
do they leave the forest at that point and run
yeah, they
into?
leave.
Don't they stand there? Oh, yeah, they
Because they
start to
run
walk out.
into the
Yeah.
boy, and then the boy goes back, and then
Yeah.
Taco P remarks that there's no going back. Oh, because he says like once you kill a human,
because
you
they
can't
broke the
bring 'em-
camera.
Oh
It
yeah,
wouldn't
they broke the.
work. So
It wouldn't work.
yeah.
And the first one, he's like, if you kill a human, you can't bring them back, but you can with the camera. So,
But you can go back in time.
yeah.
And so he's like,
And if you get to the Happy Planet, you can go back in time using their big old clock.
big old happy
But he
clock.
can't. But he can't get there. Um, so that leads us to the third episode, Taco P's confession. Uh, so like we said, Azuma, he went out to the forest because he was worried about Suzuka, and he sees him, And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And then he like looks over the shoulder, and the girl's dead. He's like,
What
"What
is
have
she
you
doing?
done?"
Oh
But
yeah,
like,
he's like, "What is that thing?" Because he's never seen Takopi.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What the?"
and then we get as soon as she's dead, Shizuka kind of turns, and we get some of her bad side. Because we only knew her as a very depressed child, but she's also very manipulative, especially to Azuma, because he like looks at her and she like kind of gives him a wink or something, and he's like, "Whoa." Uh, we later learned
I'll
that
I've
cover up your
matured.
crime.
yeah, we later learned because he she reminds him of his mom, but yeah, so she guilt trips him into covering it up because she's like, "There's no one I can depend on. You're the only one I can depend on." Takumi doesn't know what the heck's going on. Uh,
Does not.
so his plan is he he's like, "Takopi, let me see those gadgets." And he's got this one gadget. And he's like, "Hey, this is nice. It keeps flowers alive." And he's like, "Oh yeah." So we'll hit the
You
Let's
body
can
put
put
a
a
and
child
happy
in
flowers.
it also grows, and we can put a child in it. So his plan is to wipe off the fingerprints and bury the body in this.
Barry
Uh,
we'll put quotes around Barry there.
yeah,
They're small
they're
people.
children
he
and
had
an
he
octopus.
got a shovel. He went that far, could have finished the job.
The octopus was digging with her fingers when he was a girl.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
okay, so Azuma tells Takapi to turn into Marina, so he does. So he's like all happy as her, and he's like digging up with his hands. um, so that's their plan. We get a little bit of flashback for Azuma. Those pancakes. Maybe have you ever looked at pancakes the same since watching this show?
Well, the whole time I kept sitting there, I was like, the kid's smart enough. He can make his own dang pancakes. Just go to the kitchen, dude. You can have pancakes.
You study, can't you figure it
It's
out?
like, God, child.
He wants his mom's pancakes.
Useless.
He
So we
wants.
find out that
He wants. I can't remember the word. Never mind. Just go on.
affection.
No.
So
just
okay.
go on.
So we find out that he has a brother who's kind of like this guy that it's like a everything goes right for him. He doesn't have to study. He always gets perfect grades.
Validation.
He wants
Validation
validation. His
pancakes.
mom, validation pancake. His mom loves the older brother. She's like, this is the future of our clinic. I didn't know clinics had futures work like that, but I guess so. um, and so the kid, he's really smart too, but he's just like he can never get a perfect grade on his test. He always gets like a 95 or a 97. So
I
he
thought there's
never
gonna be a scene with the teacher, just like she's just really tough with students. Or
Yeah.
like,
the teacher, man, she had stuff going on. They never explained her story, but
like
she,
in the corner like this. Like, what is wrong
she
with
always
that
comes
woman?
in. I'm here. um. So, and we find out that she wants to make her incentive for getting good grades is she makes some pancakes, but he never gets to eat the pancakes. She just like throws it away in front of him.
oh, a 98. I guess you don't need these.
So at one point they tell Takapi that he has to go home to Marina's home because they need to sell the plan. So he does go home, and he's like happy. He's like, "Hey, I'm home." And the dad was like, phew, or something. So because they're in the middle of a fight, and she's like, "What are you gonna?"
There's like domestic dispute, and he is like, "I'm a little girl."
It's like, I was like, my parents talk so much, they must get along great.
And they're like, why did you buy these tassels?" And she's like, "I'm gonna put them on the curtains." And he's like, "You'll be spending money on that."
My money.
My money for
Yeah.
my whores.
Yeah, you're spending it all on whores, and you don't care. And Takabi's just like, "Yay!" And he's like, I think he mentions that he lives in Tokyo or something like that.
Ooh.
And But he doesn't, right?
No, the dad.
The dad.
Why she was gonna go
Dad?
live with him for some reason, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember why she said that.
And the dad's like, "Hey, you want to go live with me?" And just talk about. He's thinking, "Oh, the plan. This works great." So he's like, "Yeah." This scene just cracked me up because they're like, "Yeah," and you're like, "Toast." Right for the mom who's just like dying because she's losing her favorite kid and she's supposed to be on her side. So the mom gets mad and she slaps Takopi and he's like, "Oh no."
And he's like, these humans and their slaps.
And then let's see, it says Taka.
I think I got mad at Takopi at this point because he knows what it's like for humans to get mad and like to hit and stuff like that. So why there did he was he like, oh, they're in love?
Just an
This
idiot,
is
I just laughed. That part made me laugh. But it says Takopi breaks down and he has regret for killing her.
oh yeah, because he
Father-
sees the family photos on the wall.
Oh yeah.
and
And
the
then
mom
as
gets really
this is
upset.
Yeah.
this is going on, we see some workers in the forest, and then they uncover Captain America in the ice. No, I mean the, the little girl.
It looks like they never like they dug like a tiny like inch above the
it's
casket.
Did
terrible.
nothing. Did nothing.
I thought we were gonna see like a dog or something digging it up or
Yeah,
something, but it's just like there.
It's just like half sticking out like a landed spaceship. You're like, what the heck is going on?
Do you think the little boy's like, that's good enough? I'm tired.
He's like,
Maybe that kid doesn't deserve pancakes. I don't know.
That's the 98% that you
you were this close. Just finish the job, you idiot.
Okay, so that ends episode 3. So Jerry, you said you wanted to talk about the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, the first one I was kind of like I wasn't too big on this show because it reminded me of other like super dramatic shows like When They Cry or like Priority Egg and stuff like that.
Did you ever watch that one where the boy was like a bully, but then he like tries to befriend the person that he bullied into?
Oh yeah, that's a
doing
movie. That's
it's a movie?
Silent Voice.
Oh yeah, okay. Did you ever watch that
Oh.
one?
Yeah, that's a really good
That's
movie.
one I never like. I've seen it. I might have seen it twice, but it just leaves my brain after I watch it. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's hard to.
It's hard to recall that movie.
It's a really good.
I remember
movie.
liking it. It was
Yeah.
just, yeah.
But anime does this thing where like, because you're not introduced to anyone in this show at first, you don't get to know them, but they're like, look at this super sad thing. Aren't you sad for them? And I was like, it is sad, but I don't know them, so I'm not totally invested. And they're like, but it's sad, and I'm like, I know, but I don't know this person. I've attached to the octopus maybe, but I don't know these kids. But so episode 2, I was kind of like, oh, it's gonna do it again. But then they kind of slowly drip more about the kids and the octopus. So I was like, okay, this might not be as bad as other anime. Because like in Made in Abyss, the movie, where it takes place between seasons, they just introduce this girl and she dies. And I'm like, I don't know her. I'm not sad. But that was my big complaint. Also reminded me of what is that game where it's like a visual novel?
Oh,
Doki Doki
Doki.
Literature Club. Yeah.
Oh, really?
But spoilers, by the time it ends, I like this anime. I don't love it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I don't love it either. This is the point, I think, after episode 3, it went from most depressing show ever to this is just really messed up. So especially that part where I say where I laugh, where they like kind of cheers.
The part that
and
messed me up was the boy more with his mom. I was like, man, what a jerk! Just give him some pancakes.
Yeah,
Give him some Egos if you don't want to give him pancakes.
That's what I was like. Imagine if this boy saw a waffle, he'd lose his mind.
Pockets of butter.
Oh my gosh.
So I wasn't like too happy when this show ended. I was more like, man, this just makes me angry at everyone. But we'll talk about that. Did you want to talk about the halfway point, Michael?
This is where the show started to lose me. Is like episode 3, because I feel like a big problem, which we can get into more at the end, is just the kind of inconsistencies with this show. I feel like there's a lot of flip flopping, a lot of unexplained stuff, a lot of like, hey, let's just make this up, like the giant. Oh, the capsule gets bigger, so we can put the girl in it. Like that came out of flipping nowhere. I'm like, there's a lot of that happens. So this is where this show started. Because beginning, I was like, okay, see where we're going. Oh, we're not doing Groundhog Day. I thought that'd be interesting. Try and play around with all that because I just like those kind of stories. And then episode 3 is just like, oh, we're just throwing everything we've done out the window for reasons, for sure. But they didn't quite follow the way I wanted to. But we can get to it.
The inconsistencies with Takopi's intelligence is the one that I was like, you stupid little. I know you're dumb, but you're not that dumb.
You pointing
you
out
can
the dinner
retain
scene.
information. Yeah.
You pointing out the dinner scene where it's like, you just got beaten up in an alley. You know what violence and anger is, and you're just left it. Like I would have been putting those beforehand, and but that would work. But
me too. By the end of the show, I was like, this is just showing how stupid people are really bad for everyone around. But we'll get into it. Okay, 4 is Azuma-kun's salvation. So everyone finds out that Merida is been murdered. They had made a plan where they were going to go to Tokyo over summer break. So Suzuka is like really hyped for this plan. I mean, she turns into like a happy girl, and she's like Animal Crossing bugs and stuff like that. Uh, so Asuma doesn't really want to disappoint her because he like every time she looks at him, he's like, oh. And like we said, it's because he sees his mom in her. What does his mom always tell him? What is it? No, he always he tells himself that, I won't let you down or something like that. He has this thing about letting people down.
Mhm.
So he fast tracks the trip. So this one we learn a lot about his background, right?
Yeah. You see, yeah, this is all about him and his brother in school, right?
Yeah, it says Suzuka tells him to turn himself into the police.
Oh
She's
yeah,
like, "Hey,
this is more when she's a
yeah." She's like, "Hey, you know what? Turn yourself in." He's like, "What?"
He's like, use that palette thing that the octopus has and turn into me, and you can go talk to the cops. And
He's like, "What?" So he's like freaking out. His brother. Is this the part where Takopi actually goes home with him?
yeah,
And because
I forgot about that. Yeah.
they're looking for the brother has a ring, right? I don't
Yeah.
remember what the deal was. Was the ring? It's a ring for him and his girlfriend. I don't. Why did they want it?
he got a new job to pay for that ring, and he thinks the little boy thinks like, oh, he doesn't need that because mom will just give him everything. But of course, the brother is like, he got that with his own money, so it does mean something to him. But the little boy doesn't really get that, and so he says he's gonna get it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember why they're trying to steal this ring. S- I think it's because they want the brother to do something. But there's this part where him and Takobi are trying to steal it. They go in the room. The brother's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a shower or whatever." But then he hears his phone ring, and then they're like, "Oh no, out the window!" So he gives him like the flying thing, but the flying thing doesn't work very well, and he falls.
I
he
thought
like,
he was.
I
Yeah,
thought he was gonna die. 'Cause
yeah.
I knew the show was dark, so I thought, "Oh, that kid's dead."
He's like gonna land on his neck.
Yeah, but Takobi actually saves him.
Also, the brother, like, if I went into my room knowing that my window was closed and it's open, I'd be a little freaked out. I want to be like, "Did I leave you open, silly window?"
I know. Um, So it says the brother notices Azuma's stress, so they have a big talk, right? Because the brother was about to go take the camera to the cops. He's like freaking out. And he's like, "Why are you leaving so early?" And then the brother kind of explains how the mom was to him as well. Um, and she says the pancakes aren't even good, man.
That was
They're
funny.
they're
That was
pretty
funny.
nasty pancakes, and
They're
you know,
undercooked and they
yeah,
suck and
they're warmed because she makes them ahead of time, and yeah. So there's a real touching scene between brothers, and he's like telling him, he's always got his back. Um,
Oh yeah, he was like, "I always tell you, you can tell me anything. That means like I'll be there for you." And then they have a moment.
yeah, they have a moment. They don't really show it, but I think he does like take him to the police because there's all these rumors going around, and they're like, that kid confessed, but everyone believes, someone else was behind it, and they even say Shizuka's, it was probably her. Um, and then let's see, Takopi talks to Shizuka, and they say he wants to go. He wants to tell the truth because something's really nagging him to tell the truth. And then she's like, "No, let's go to Tokyo," and that ends it. So the fifth episode, to you in 2022. So they go to Tokyo,
Oh yeah,
and
they mentioned COVID at this point. I'm like,
they
I've
do,
never noticed that in anime before, and I was like, "What?"
and it becomes a bigger thing with the mom. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. So Takabi and Shizuka, they go to Tokyo, and she's excited because she's going to see Chappie. So they track down the dad's address somehow. I don't know. Um,
She just like knows it.
Yeah, I guess they told her or something. So she goes and she, rings the bell, and the dad's like, What the heck are you doing here?" And then all these kids just start coming out and be like, "Daddy, daddy." And she's like, "Oh, who's this kid?" And he's like, he's embarrassed, and he ends up like denying knowing her. He's like, "Oh, I don't know who this is," or
That's what I'm
something.
trying to find out.
Yeah. So, she's devastated. Her and Takopi are like under this bridge, and she's like, maybe those kids ate my dog. So what if I like tear open their stomachs and look inside of them or something like that? And Takopi's like, what the
I
heck?
don't
And
think you can do that.
yeah. And he's like, let's just go home. And she's like, no, you're not on my side anymore. So she starts like beating up Takopi with a rock. And he's like gonna stab him. And he's like, where have I seen this before? And so we get a flashback, which is actually a fast
Yeah.
forward too. So we find out that Takopi has been here before. Um, so he originally arrived in 2022 when Marina was a teenager, and she actually found him, and she was still dealing with her mom because everything that happened still happened, right? So it's just her dad has left, totally left, and her mom, she got COVID, and she had to get a bunch of boosters. So she's been like taking care of her mom. And she's got to like make her dinner and everything like that. But her mom, she's disturbed and stuff like that. And she still kind of blames her for um, the dad leaving and everything. And she like abused her with some glass, and she like cut her face. So this has effect on her where she doesn't where she's very self-conscious about her scars, um and she meets Taco P, and she's just kind of annoyed by him because she's a teenager, so she's not like impressed by toys and stuff. So she's just kind of like kicks him around and stuff like that. But they like slowly kind of get to know each other, and then she sees Ozuma, and she's like, "Oh, we haven't seen each other in like forever," and they're like, "Yeah." So they kind of start dating, um, like the teenage version of dating. But and she's like, she tells her mom, and her mom's all excited. She's like, "Oh, bring him over. I'll marry you off, and then we'll have money or something." Um, so and then she tells him like, "Yeah, he's real smart, and he's like an heir to the clinic of, some clinic." And the mom's like, "Yes, you married a doctor." Uh, but things turn around when Ozuma are they at the restaurant at this part? He like sees,
They're walking outside
Yeah,
of
they're
school.
walking. Yeah, like
yeah,
crossing a
and
bridge or something like that.
You know that meme where the guy looks back at the
yeah,
girl?
it's
100% this
exactly that
is.
meme. I mean, we can make that meme right now. He sees Suzuka, and she's a teenager now too. And he's like, "Whoa!" And he's, those old feelings come back. So he, they had made a date to go eat at her mother's, but he's like, he tells her that he's really into this girl, and he never like lost his feelings for her, and she's like, "Dang it!" Um, so she has to go home, and she has to tell her mom that he's not coming, and the mom's like, "Oh, you messed it up. What did you do?" And she's like, "Oh, he likes another girl."
I was
And
nice this time.
yeah, and she's like, I made all this dinner," and she has this thing about being blamed, right? Because she's like, "Oh, is it my fault? Is it my
Mhm.
fault?" And this just like throws her over the edge. It's like, "Am I a bad mom?" And
Oh, we forgot a detail.
what?
Takopi says he's gonna go get the little boy or the boy
Yeah,
for the dinner because she said he's not coming. He's like, oh, I'll go get him.
Mhm.
yeah.
That's why
So
he's gone at this point.
he's not here to see this. But her mom starts beating her up, and we I don't remember, but there's a broken glass, right? And then I think Marinette looks at it, and then the show kind of cuts to Takopi. He's like, "Oh, I couldn't get Azuma here, but I'll just come in and see what's going on in here." So he walks in, and he sees that Marinette has actually uh, did in her mom. So she's on the floor, and Takopi's like, "Oh crap, I didn't want this to happen." So he's like, "Oh, I'll go." Is this where he says like, "I'll go back in time and fix everything" or something like
She's
that?
like, I wish the girl was dead. That way this would never happen.
Yeah, and
And
he's like,
so
"Oh,
he's
I
like, oh,
can do
I can
that."
do that. I can go to the big happy clock and do whatever I
Yeah,
need.
he goes to the big happy clock, and we see that she like stabs herself with the glasses. Pretty grim. Takopi goes to the big happy clock on the big happy planet. We see all the happyins all around, and they're like, "Hey, what's murder?" and stuff like that. And then, I guess the mom is like the mom to all. Is like this, we just see big tentacles, and she talks to Takopi, and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta go back," and she's like, "No, you committed, you broke
The
the
one
rules,
rule.
right? Yeah, the rule. You can't break the rule." And he's like, "Mom, get away!" And he like slaps her or something, and they're like, "Oh, what the heck?"
Violence.
She was like,
Yeah.
you were rough.
So Takapi gets in the time machine, and he goes back. Oh, but the mom she started like erasing his memories, right? Because she
Mm.
was gonna banish him for
Oh
breaking the
yeah.
rules. So she's like starting to erase his memories, but he like goes back in time before she can like do the whole process. And so this like confuses him, and this messes up his mind. So when he gets back to Earth, he can't like really remember why he's there. And then he sees Shizuka, and he sees that she's like sad. So he's like, "Oh, I must be here for her." And she like gives him bread, and he's like, "Okay." So it kind of all starts over again. Um,
Don't you see like little hints that he does like instinctually know because he starts crying at certain things he sees like, when he first
mhm.
gets back?
Mm.
And then in the other timeline, it says, uh, okay, so we get to episode 6, and this is to all you in 2016. So Takapi sees Azuma, right, from, I think it's from our timeline, or yeah, the one the show started on. Because Azuma's like, I have to leave. I have to leave now because like my dad's back, and the clinic's in trouble. It's because of what happened, because of him turning himself in and stuff like that. So he's like, I gotta go. I can't play with you. But he's like, what? He's like, well, didn't you have fun? We're all playing. He's like, yeah, that was the best time of my life. Um, so he thanks him for that. But then he also tells him, you're pretty stupid. So Takapi,
You see that the boy gets new glasses from the dad because
Oh yeah.
earlier, he got them from the mom originally, but she got the wrong prescription, and so he could never really see anything right.
Yeah.
And so he finally gets some new
Maybe that's why he could never
glasses.
get 100. Um
It's like
He was
that looks.
signing his name wrong.
He's
He's like,
like
"What?"
that looks buried.
Hey, how does this look? Yeah, good. He gives Takopi back the happy camera, so that's important. It says several months later, Takopi finds Suzuka still searching for Chappie. Okay, so this is in the timeline. So Takopi pleads with her to stop, and Shizuka breaks down and cries. So he comforts her, and he's like, "You know what I can do? You know, I can." He gets all the happiness power built up inside of him to, to fix the camera.
Wait, hold on. We missed a whole chunk.
What did we
There's a
miss?
point where she comes back and she's beating him. He grabs her hand and he's like, "I know I try to do all these things without hearing you out." And so they kind of um he kind of like bonds with her deeper because he's like, "Yeah, I never did the things right because I'm dumb." And so they kind of and then he's like, "But I can be there for you." And so they live some life like time goes by, they like go to the beach and stuff, but she's still sad. She's like
Hmm.
crying the whole time. And so he's finally like, "I don't want to see you cry. I want to see you smile." And now you can do the part you were doing.
Okay, so yeah, so he puts all his like life force into the camera, so it resets it, and so he's basically sacrificing himself to fix everything. And the timeline rewinds to Shizuka first meeting Takobi, but he's not there anymore. So it goes on as if he wasn't there, but Suzuka and Marina, they have like these little echoes of him, and they like when she was beating her up, she saw the drawing of him, and she's like, "Hey, what the heck is that?" And she's like, "I don't know, I just kind of drew that." And they're like, "That reminds me of something," and they're like, "Yeah."
Like something
So
that never shuts up and tells you what to do or something like
yeah,
that.
so this brings them together. This memory that they can't remember brings. It's like the Mandela effect brings them together, or something like that.
Also, we see that for them to be happy, the little boy can't be in their lives because he gets chummy with all the other school
Go with
guys.
your little girl pals for a
Go
Yeah.
play
bit.
your PS4 with your bro and your
Yeah,
kids.
nerd.
You got
Get your
PS4.
hundreds.
I know that poor kid doesn't get to. They don't all get to be friends. So this kind of goes on. It says that Azuma emotionally distanced himself from the girls. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it fades away, Takapi's talking or narrating during this whole time. Um, and he says he wants the trio to be happy adults despite their childhoods. And then we go 6 years later into new 2022, and Shizuka and Marina are best friends, teasing each other about dysfunctional families. And then they're in a stationery store where they're shopping, and then they see one of Takopi's gadgets, and they're like, "Hey, that looks like that pin he used to use." And they're like, "Yeah, that was good times." And then the show ends.
That's a pen.
Let's put a pin
um,
in
It's a
this
rabbit
episode or
on
show.
Saturn.
I did forget the part to say when he's living with Marina in her timeline, where he's like, you know, she's always hitting him, right? And he's like, "Oh, is that why you're rough with me? Is because you want to
Oh
be a
yeah.
mom?"
Oh,
Because she
yeah.
talks about wanting to be a mom because she wants to do it right because she doesn't like believe her mom's a good mom. And Takapi's like, "Oh, is that why you beat the crap out of me because you want to be a good mom or something
You're
like?"
gonna be the best mom.
Yeah.
Hey, 100 score for you.
So that's what kind of bonded them back in that timeline. But okay, last three episodes. Uh, what did you think when you got to the end? Because when I got to the end, I was like, "This isn't depressing. It's just messed up." And what is this show trying to tell me? It's number one, parents are terrible. Well, not all parents, but most, you know, kids who act up, their parents are terrible. That's what the show says, if you have bad kids, you have bad parents. It makes a deal about talking about even bad people have good sides and even good people have bad sides. I mean, it's like a yin yang kind of thing, but um I was just like, okay. And then it's just like that stupid octopus. He kind of just ruined everyone's life. And it's like, don't let stupid people ruin your life. But then at the same time, he does fix it by, I don't, I don't want even want to think about that because that's kind of a bad precedent to set. But uh, I don't. I was very. I like the production and everything. I like bits of the story. I just don't think it was like the best thing I've ever seen. I don't know why the internet's going nuts about it, but what did you guys think?
Yeah, I don't know why every episode got nines. I was like, there's
Yeah.
definitely not nines across the board. But I think that's just the thing with like anime fans. They love drama, even if it's not like well thought out drama. If there's just like tragic things, they love it. And I'm like, that make no, it doesn't need to be that way. But
Yeah.
um I it has good parts. Um and because I watched like When They Cry and stuff like that, I was like, I bet he met the first girl originally because I was like, because spoilers, no one's gonna amongst us is gonna watch When They Cry, but the third series, there's time travel between
My
the
goodness,
little
there's a
girls.
series?
Yeah, there's like four. Um and it kind of does stuff like this, where it plays with the timeline in different ways it could happen. And I was like, I wonder if he met that person first one time and then you get that episode. And I was like, dang it, spoiled myself. Um, but I really didn't like when what's the little girl's name? The main little girl you always
Shizuka?
yeah. Um, I didn't like how she like got
Flipped
like
on a
really
dime.
messed up.
You
Yeah.
don't like her dark side?
No, I was like, because she was like, at first I was like, oh, she would be a little messed up because like she
Because
would
her mom.
thank him for killing her because that was her
Mhm.
like what's causing all her pain and stuff like that. So it's like I can see that. But when she was like manipulating the little boy and then like beating Takopi, like she went through abuse. I don't think she would abuse him so fast or like
Not
so
so fast.
brutally. Um and she was just like a little jerk after all that. I was like,
After she got her way.
maybe if the series was like 24 episodes, I could see that happening down the line. But in this 6 episode show, I was like, I don't like that. Um,
Yeah, she does turn like really fast. It's just like
and then they want us to have this happy moment with her and the other girl at the end, and I'm like, she was kind of messed up. So I don't know if I feel happy for that. The only person I felt for was the little boy and his brother because that was a touching moment. And then the stupid octopus, because I was like, man, he's really trying. Like he's doing like Monica things, or that she's just going
Mhm.
back in time and nothing he does works, but he still wants to help. And I was like, dang, that poor little guy. And then he's just so dumb, and he doesn't realize like what he's doing is messing some things up and stuff like that. So I was like, but then he like he sacrifices himself to fix everything, and I was like, I wish there was a way he could just go back
Just go
and
home.
just not do anything and then like go back home
Yeah.
without having to like die. So I was like, I don't know
Yeah,
how to feel about this anime.
yeah, because that really bothered me too. It's like they're saying he had to die because he was so stupid or something. It's just like I'm
I
not
don't
very
know
comfortable with
if
that.
at first I was like, because they don't flat out say like, oh, I gotta pump my life force into this last button push and then everything will go back. So I was like, did he die? Or did he just go back in time? And so I was like sitting there in the credits and I was like, because they start talking and he's like narrating, like, oh, I wish I could see you guys grow up and stuff like that. Like, Is he dead? Is he just on the planet? Is he back happy? And so I had to look it up, and it does say that like he died, and I was like, what? No.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know what to feel, and
And
I
he
was
never
like,
got to make up with the mom for smacking her.
so I texted Joseph. I was like, that stupid octopus died.
A lot of people have compared him to the Monica, the cat thing.
I don't remember anything about that show. I remember liking it a lot, but I don't remember anything about it.
It's just like, I guess, but he's not evil. He's just really, really stupid, and it hurts people. And it's
He's just trying to
It's
help
like
in all the wrong
Patrick.
ways.
All right, what do you think, Michael?
I pretty much agree with you guys completely. I'm definitely more down on it than you guys are. I think I kind of came out of it. I was like,
Yeah.
there are definitely good parts of it for sure. There are a lot of like the scenes where we're getting the individuals with their families. I thought were powerful. Like her going to see her dad, her dad not accepting her, blonde chick being with her mom, and like you said at the table, that was very eerie. Even though I don't feel like Jared said, like it fit canonically well because it's like you just saw violence, now you're laughing at violence, but and then. Like there are a lot of good points, and like I like the beginning with the main chick, but yeah, whenever she has her flip, I'm like, I don't care for you anymore. This is so unearned, in my opinion. Which is a lot. This show is very extreme. I don't mean extreme in like the dark senses. Like that stuff doesn't really bother me. It's just extreme and like one of my biggest gripes, which is kind of weird, is the boy going along with the plan immediately. That bothered me so much. I was like, you were the stupidest kid I've ever met in my life. Like you're stupider than the octopus, where he's just like, oh, I love you, so I'm gonna help you cover up murder. I'm like that bothered me so much. Like I didn't like that kid at all.
No pancakes for you.
No, he doesn't deserve pancakes. He's an idiot. Like I liked his brother in those scenarios, but it was like, you're just too dumb to be allowed. Sorry, kid. You didn't be held back. You got to retake these tests. But yeah, so like his storyline is like I said, it's so extreme. Like him just jumping all in on right off the bat. I'm like, you got to earn that. So like, I feel like Jared said, either a 24 episode, a longer stretch where we can get these transitions more fleshed out, or cut literally a ton out of this movie or out of the show and make it a movie. Like literally cut like the middle part out and you could literally stitch this together towards it flows better, and you take the psycho bits out, take the whole summer trip's really pointless. Like she just goes and gets sad because her dad's there, and then they have the fight. It's like he doesn't have to be in Tokyo, he could just be in the city, and there's no planning, whatever. You could take a lot of it out and make it a movie. But yeah, that was my biggest problem with this. Like I didn't believe anything that happened in this. After you hit like the end of episode 2, I was like, nothing is believable to me. Everything is just like, oh, how far can we push this scale with this character? Yeah. It's like, oh, we're going to push him to be a crazy person. We're going to push her to be manipulative and evil. And she's Smeagol now. I'm like, when did you become Smeagol? I don't know. When did this happen? Where's the ring? I don't know. So I don't know. There's just a lot of it that just it didn't vibe with me well in that sense of just belief and it's like flow and continuity and everything like that. It's like it was all thrown out the window for shock and awe and spaz. And like the ending, like you were saying, Joseph, of like, what on earth is this show about? Because I'm like, I don't freaking know. Like he was there, and I mean, I guess he had moments with them. Like I feel like he had more of a moment with in the future bits that Jerry was talking about, where he went with the main chick and like try to make her happy. She was so crying by the dog, but it's like I didn't feel like there was that much. Like the kid, he's like, oh, we were best friends. We hung out forever. I'm like, did you and the octopus? When you fought and called him stupid at the time, and then now you're going off with PS4 babes? I don't know. And then like the blonde chick, they had a tiny little moment where like Joseph brought up the kid thing, but I'm like, I didn't feel a connection between them really. Like it was just kind of like this distant thing, but then it like somehow fixed everything and everyone was happy. And like I said earlier, where there's the zero set expectations for what can happen, and you're like, the camera's broken, but the boy had it, so like, why not just have him? I don't know if he can fix alien things. Maybe just a little knob he need to fix. I don't know. Have it like, I would more believe that he fixed it and gave it back to the alien than the alien's like, I'm just gonna spirit bomb this with all my energy and poof, we're gonna save the day. Like it's just out of nowhere.
You can have my energy.
There are no rules in this show whatsoever. It's like, oh, but then like
That's what I was gonna say. The rule set for that
there's
stupid planet, it's
there's
never
nothing.
defined.
It's just, what needs to be an answer here? Oh, he's just gonna suck into the camera, poof, and then go away. But then everything's gonna go back the way it was. But then they're gonna see a drawing and everything's gonna be happy. I don't know. It's just I didn't believe any of it.
The whole time I was like, what is the original sin? What is it?
Yeah, it's like yeah, I don't know. It was an interesting show. Good parts of it for sure, but just I do not get the hype for sure. I think it's what Jared said. That it's a very popular thing of just like liking to feel that extreme emotion and all that. Oh, dark. Oh,
like School Days or something like that.
Yeah, School Days, especially.
But I was just like, there's no through line for this show at all.
Like I said, art. I like the art. Art was really good.
Art was
good.
The music was good.
I love Takopi's voice.
Music,
like the opening. You thought so? I like the opening, even though it was like a little childish. It was like, it's like
fun.
Baby Mario or something like that. But I like the guitar in it. Yeah, I like the guitar that plays during it. But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing. It's not School Days.
I didn't
way worse.
I
But
didn't hate or dislike it. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I was like,
it just
was
didn't
fine.
make me happy.
If
the octopus failed, I am not happy.
if I didn't see that post of it being the saddest thing, I would probably never would have watched it or given it a shot.
Definitely.
But yeah, it has it has good qualities. Like the studio, I hope they do something else with a little better story. But
Yep.
I was curious what you guys were, because I was like, am I gonna be the only one that really didn't care for this?
Oh, I thought I was for a second. I was like, oh man, they're gonna love it. I'm gonna have to be like, well, I think this
because it's one of the things where I'm like, oh, like I got to points where I'm just like, I just wasn't paying attention half the time. Like I'm like having to read it, but I'm like, oh, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah. So not Attack on Titan.
Not Attack on Titan. No, that was a weird
comparison.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. We went a long time. I was actually gonna mention the other shows, but Dan to Dan's still good. It's like
So
the
good.
first season. Yeah. And then that last episode Jared loved.
Can I talk about the last episode?
Yeah.
The guitar.
Dude, that's the coolest exorcism I've ever seen in my life. I was like, they got the band X and they're like, let's go! And you're like, yay! And then they're like,
Everyone's like,
that was my favorite part. Like they're all just like, huh? And then you just get them, and then they're just going nuts. I'm like, this is so perfect.
because at first you see them tuning and they're like,
yeah, like, whoops, drum mistake.
And I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then they're like, let's go! And you're like, yay!
Oh,
but I was telling Chris, this season is really making me love Gigi. Like,
dude, that's what I was about to say.
All the more story with him, I'm like, dang, he's so good. He's such a good boy.
It's like if Goku was possessed by the devil.
That part where like he what is the dude's name? The main character.
Okarun.
Okarun saves him or helps him, and he's like, Okarun, I want to hug you.
Oh yeah, I need a hug.
Oh, it's so good, man. So good.
I did like the scene where they're driving back and they like touch pinkies and they're like, ooh.
Oh, that was adorable. It's like one of those like very rare do I get this invested in like a relationship between two people. I'm like, guys, come on, guys.
Me and Chris are like, that was an explicit handhold. She's like rubbing in, like getting in there. I was like, oh,
oh my. Yeah, it's just so sweet because he just like wants her to be his friend, but she like kind of crushes on him. And then Kaiju number 8.
Oh, I'm sorry, real fast. ISA's friends, when they're like, hey, you're gonna hang out with us because she's got a job. And he's like, I don't want to. And they're like, too bad. And
yeah.
Oh, because that's how it ended, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's in the outfit.
and they're like, would you consider if Gigi asked ISA out for drinks that it'd be a date? And he's like, no, never. And they're like, well, come on.
Gosh.
Yeah, and then she sees him in the maid outfit. And she's like, ah.
So good.
And then Kaiju number 8, I caught up on it because everyone's like, "Oh, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it." So I binged the first season. I will say I was a little sad that his secret got exposed in the first season. I was kind of expecting it in the second season. Um, and then the second season, it's been great. It's been action packed because we've been fighting that
It's
mushroom dude the whole
nonstop,
time.
man.
Yeah, because I thought last episode we were done with him, but then he came back and even stronger. So it looks like Mushroom Dude is like the ultimate evil.
He was having like a Spider-Man 2 situation with his powers,
Yeah,
and I thought that was gonna last the whole season, but
I'm
kinda
glad he
just
didn't.
resolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was
And
stupid how it resolved because she's like, "You just gotta have faith in us," and he's like, "You guys are strong."
I
And then
know.
he punches the life out of that mushroom guy, and I was like, "There's no way they can stop him."
I was a little disappointed by that. It was like, oh, he just squashed him. It's like, I was expecting something bigger, but Jared and Jonah make fun of me because I really like the opening to this season, and they're like, "This is dumb," but I like it. I like the music.
It sounds like Enya to me. I was like, "Oh, it's chill, but it's not like the beginning of a kaiju show."
And they all love the ending from last season. I didn't care for it, and they're like calling me crazy and stuff like that. So I don't know. I guess
Is
that's
that
it.
just the thing with this studio, I guess, or this project is they're gonna use
They just
like
like
Western,
They just like One Republic.
yeah, just like pop
Yeah, maybe
stores and
Because this
stuff.
one's Aurora, right? She's the one that does
Yeah.
the
the
main.
beginning.
Yeah,
And then Youngblood did the beginning of the
yeah.
last
This
season.
is so good. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the beginning. All right, and then we're also watching the show. I can never pronounce it. It's about trash. This kid
Oh yeah.
uses trash as weapons. Yep, trash.
Fair
And
enough.
did you see the last one, Jared?
Yes, I did.
I didn't see the newest one, but the last one I saw, this girl had like a scissor weapon, and it was cool.
Is that not the newest one?
No, I think one just came out today, maybe.
Oh,
So, uh, so we're watching those three action-packed animes. The trash one has a very unique art style. So,
gotcha.
uh,
Kuda?
yeah. Kaiju 8, I like that the art style's not, I would say normal because you would expect,
Mhm.
oh, it just looks like everything else, but they're kind of roundish, the people. So,
Yeah, the people are really like old anime kind of style. And
Yeah.
then like the kaiju stuff is kind of like modern anime. So I'm like, I like this.
and I was really digging when he was just like a working guy. I was like, oh, I love this when he's like cleaning up poop and stuff like that. And the guy with the blonde hair, for some reason reminds me of Full Metal.
That's
Like,
what I said. I was like, that's Ed
That was
Elric.
a
yeah, if
that was a
Ed was
dope
an
scene.
adult, if Ed was an adult, that would be him. Um, but yeah, so those are the shows we're watching. We'll keep you updated when we watch something, when we do anime talk again. But I think that's going to do it for this time. Like, subscribe, and notify yourself for even more good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Bye.